Well, I think it's perfectly in line with the past month's debate and policy evolution. It's a move forward, more selective immigration. It's a direct response to the public opinion, which is in its majority anti-migrants. So it's basically a very non-welcoming way of reforming the system.
A non-welcoming way. Explain.
Yes, the Macron's government say they wanted to improve the system and to better welcome the people who were going to come to Europe. But by reducing the times, especially the administrative retention time, you basically give no time to people who apply for asylum to respond. So we really don't see how this could improve anything, especially since there was a law already issued in 2015 that has never really been applied yet. So it's a very big problem, even for judges and magistrates who work on this topic and who see every day files of asylum seekers. And there is no way this can lead to an improvement of the system. It's just a plan to make immigration even more severe right now.
A plan to make, when you say immigration, you mean immigration as a whole or those seeking asylum?
I think immigration as a whole and those seeking asylum, because the time by which you can be removed and sent away from France has been shortened. So this basically makes the system very, very unfair to all those newcomers who escape from war zones. And of course, we all know there are more and more people who are coming to Europe, and that no matter what we try to do in Libya, no matter what we try to do with Turkey, sorry, right now there is no way we can stop the flow. Libya, it was quite successful, but at what cost? Right now, as we speak, there are people, international criminal investigators and lawyers who are studying a case to file, to suit Europe for non-assistance to a population, endangered population. So we might be in a near future condemned for complicity in a major crime against humanity. We cannot review laws and apply those kind of laws. It's simply a complete violation of all the international conventions.
Cecile, you're in Italy right now, where during the recent general election, we saw brinkmanship between the various candidates, talking about how many immigrants they would kick out in some instances. You mentioned at the outset, public opinion is against the arrival of these immigrants. For you personally, how do you work on this story?
Well, I was very, very ashamed to see that the people from the Salvini, especially, the right-wing party, are really using words that are very shocking, like cleansing. We need to clean our streets, to clean our cities, to kick them out. They don't use any paraphrase. They just, they go straight to the point, which is just clean the country from any newcomer. And this is just a complete disregard to any, again, international convention. And the way I'm trying to see here what's going on, it's basically there is no opposition anymore here in Italy to this kind of to the fact that people are discussing about toughen the laws and toughen the welcoming system, the whole asylum seeking system. But again, Italy has been very alone in the past years and has been left alone.
It sounds, if I may, that no government has a real idea of what to do in the long run. Not the Italian government, not the French government, not the European Union.
Well, that's true. If you think Minniti went to Libya to meet with the chief of the Sabrata traffickers, human traffickers, just to make an financial agreement not to allow boats to leave Libya. This has to be underlined and stressed. It's a direct negotiation with a criminal and not to allow people to cross Mediterranean. So we've reached a point where really no one is even considering setting up some safe hotspots anywhere or taking responsibility for this major crisis. The only thing left right now is to figure out some kind of political response to just not lose the future elections. It's a very short-term political decision that we're making, even with this draft law, and that will become a law tomorrow. It's a very, very tough turn in the immigration and migration policy in Europe. It's Macron is trying to show a strong hand, but I'm pretty sure this will, at a certain stage, blow up in Europe to all of our governments' faces.
Just one final question for you, Cecile Allegra. With the fall of Eastern Ghouta in Syria, the fighting now expected to move to Idlib province, that could mean refugees pouring over into Turkey. Is the European Union ready? Is Turkey ready?
No, let's not get started on Turkey. It's absolutely not ready. And Europe should be. There is one question that has never been addressed, and it's the possibility of humanitarian corridors and of a quota. We've been talking for years and years about how to dispatch people. And right now, this is not even a debate anymore. It's only a question of how fast you kick them out, how fast you just remove them from the country, how fast you can send them back to the country they initially came in. And this country, for most of the time, is Italy or Greece. And so we're not facing the problem. That's not a way to deal with a major humanitarian crisis with people who escape from ugly realities. You mentioned Ghouta, but right now there are fights going on also in Libya, and people are in a huge distress, and we are just denying them any kind of right, of human rights.
Cecile Allegra, investigative filmmaker, president of Limbo, many thanks for speaking with us on France 24.
Thank you.